Good afternoon, everyone. I need everybody right now to gather around your radio, your computer, your television, because as you know, right now, it's time for Following the Signs. And Following the Signs is a dedicated organization. I am Mr. Lucky, and I am the host, founder, owner of Following the Signs. So for those of you who are not aware of Following the Signs, so Following the Signs is a nonprofit organization, right? And it is focused on strengthening and actually changing our community by strengthening its people. And that's what we're doing. Our mission is to change the narrative. So that's what's going on with Following the Signs. Now, let me get on with this. Our vision is to see all the people with knowledge of and benefits of healthy herbs. That's where we are. We would like to see everyone with healthy herbs in their diets on a daily basis, because we're actually trying to increase our effect on strengthening people's emotions and giving people an opportunity to feel what it's like to live a normal day every day. And that's just about knowing what we're eating every day. And so that's what Following the Signs is all about. So I am broadcasting live in studio at the acclaimed Blot Podcast Network. This organization, Blot, is a magnificent organization, and it's in the business of building business leaders of tomorrow today. And if anyone out here is planning on getting involved, you will get a benefit from it, a great benefit from it. Any of you who have been in it before know what I'm talking about, know how good of an organization and how well put together it is. And any of you who are in it now, sit tight, strap down, because you're about to learn. You're about to go where no man has gone before when it comes to business. So you're in the right place, and this is definitely the right time. So also, I like to tell you that if you're having any problems with your car and you need help, I need you to get in touch with Touch Above Auto, a wonderful organization, a wonderful place. It is located at 2530 Hamilton Avenue. That's in Cleveland. Or you could call 216-862-1841. So I'll repeat that in case you didn't get a pencil in time. This is in case you really need someone to get in touch with your car, to lay hands on your car, to bring your car back from total despair. The number is 216-862-1841. And ask for Dan. So Dan is in charge of the place. It's his operation. And you will be talking directly to him. Tell him that you met Mr. Lucky, and you never know. Dan may even give you a discount. So let's move on from there. So let's see if we can get some announcements. Here we go. Xavier again. I mean, she's so beautiful today. I've never seen her look so well. So let's move on. So our announcements today is really basically just one particular thing. Following the Signs has been in business now. Well, actually, it's been organized now for the last, I'd say, 3 years. And we've finally got a program. And we're trying to get people interested in our program. It's not something that's hard to do or even hard to put your arms around. Actually, it's easy. The program is called FTS Lavender Project. And so breaking that down, what does that mean? So that means that Following the Signs has put its finger on what the problems are that's surrounding our communities right now. And Following the Signs has people who have dedicated knowledge and materials involved with me making the decision to move forward with this project. So what this curtails is, we're trying to operate under the premise that changing people's emotional outlooks of themselves, their environment, will change our communities and make our communities stronger and better. And that's what we'll do with lavender. So if you're interested in the Lavender Project, you can call me, Mr. Lucky, 216-924-8834. And I'll pipe you right in. The Lavender Project, it will begin in the spring. and the outcome will be amazing. The effect that it will have on the community will not only change the community immediately, but will leave a long-lasting effect and stimulate any progress that's going to happen even after Lavender is built up to the point where we want it to be. So that's really great. I would like to tell you about our workshop. Our workshop is growing. The progress in our workshop is even getting better. We are experiencing a higher volume of people. Our workshop is hands-on. We have groups that single each other's outlooks, and then we work on them and we make them better. And then we share all of that with the group. And then everyone then gets a full understanding of what the discussion was that day, and the changes that's possible and the changes that's impossible. So that's basically what we do. And it's a beautiful program. It's a beautiful class that we do every Wednesday. And it's at Lucky's Charms and Supplies every Wednesday. Right now we have at least 10 to 15 people that attend every Wednesday. The groups are getting more into what we're doing. I'm feeling very strong about these ideas that are coming up. They are all fantastic ideas, and I can't wait to get to the position or to the point where I can implement these things into reality. That's where it starts. I can't tell you that you don't already know that things start from a thought. And we have a lot of thoughts going on in that place. It's like a firestorm, reflections everywhere, reflections of things that has been done that didn't get started and didn't take off, and things that are doing things now and need a helping hand to make them better. And that's what we do. So it's located at 6408 St. Clair Avenue. That's in Cleveland, at Lucky's Charms and Supplies. So you can't miss it if you're going down St. Clair. It should be on your right-hand side heading towards downtown. That's where we are, and that's where I'd like to see you come and attend. So let's move on. So now you know where you can get your car repaired. You know that now on Wednesday you don't have to sit around. You can come and sit with Mr. Lucky and exchange ideas and thoughts. Now you know about the Beautiful Blot Podcast Network, which is extending itself like all over the world, it seems, eventually. And you also know about the Following the Signs organization. So now let's move on to some things that you see every day you could possibly be aware of, but you may not know what the ramifications is. So let me explain some of that to you. Okay, so today's topic is how recession changes our family, the effect of recession on our family. And the reason that I picked this topic is because we also have heard in the past that we need to watch out for what's happening with our economy. And so with that being said, we don't know. And there's never been someone who would tell us what's going on with this economy, what's going on in America. But we have been told, and we do have evidence that we're in the midst of a recession, and it's going to get worse as time go on. With that being said, we need to circle our wagons. We need to circle our wagons, and we need to try to get our arms around this recession idea. So we have to ask ourselves, well, wait a minute, Mr. Lucky, what is a recession? All right, so what is a recession? So a recession, by definition, is a significant period of time where you will be in the midst of an economic decline. All right. That means that things have been going a certain way at one time, and now it's going to take an exerted effort to do the same thing. Easy. We say, well, we won't know anything about that because we have a television and we can still get our programs on TV. We can look out the window. We'll still see the same amount of pretty cars that ride down the street. Even when we go to the grocery store, we'll still see that there will be food on the shelves, and our tables will be fluffed for Thanksgiving, and everybody will be happy and smiling. recession, as I can tell you this way, it's a silent killer, not killer like to take your life, but it creeps up on you quietly. We can see now that gas prices at one time was $2.89. We look at it now as $3. But if you listen to the radio, you'll hear them say that the price of gas has gone down. But it hasn't actually gone down. And that's exactly what recession does. It gives you a false sense of security. It makes you see something that's not really there. But actually, it's working. It's working while you're asleep. It's working while you're taking your kids to school. It's working while you're driving your car, while you're talking to your friends, while you're smoking the cigarettes. Recession is moving, and it's moving in a direction opposite of you. So let's say, what does it do? Well, basically, we all live on a budget. We all have a certain amount of expenditures that we use every day. That's fine. That's how we've managed to get along this long and to be in a right frame of mind every day when we come in contact with our friends and our children or whatever and our siblings. But what this does is it attacks our budget. Where we put that $4 or $2 or $100 to the side, the recession creeps in there while you're asleep, and it takes that $100 out. Now, a lot of times, like I said just a while ago, we'll say, well, you know, I can still watch Oprah, or I can still keep my eye on my cars, but yet we haven't felt the effect of that $100 yet. But eventually, as time goes on, recession takes more and more out of our pockets. Now, this is not something that we should be afraid of, but it's definitely something we should pay close attention to, because that money is going to affect us in different ways. Let's just say we need a new phone, where normally we would have had a little extra money to the side where we could have purchased another phone. That money won't be there. So now we're trying to deal with the phone that we have, which we dropped 5 times, and it don't even look like it's a phone anymore. It looks like a spider web. And also, we want to travel. We like to go places. We like to see people. We like to spend time places. Well, that travel is going to be affected too. That recession is going to creep up on you when you least expect it. And you're going to open that wallet up and look inside, and guess what? Lo and behold, that extra money is not going to be there. And you're going to scratch your head and wonder, well, what happened? Where did it go? Well, it was because of the recession. So today what we were talking about is how recession affects our community. And that's very important, because each and every one of us wake up in the morning to do a particular thing. We go to work. And if we don't go to a job, we do a job. Whatever it is we do, we get paid. What happens is when we get involved with the recession is we're going to lose the ability for the jobs, because actually jobs are going to decrease their amount of spending to try to compensate for the losses that they're incurring. So with that being said, that one job that you had, you may not even be able to get that one that day. Now you're on part-time, which can affect us. It can affect us in a great way. And it might not even just be part-time. It may be a layoff. Okay. Well, with that being said, the recession will stop our advancement. And we've been accustomed to advancing ourselves and pushing ourselves and making things wrong, make them right. And that's been the American way. And we know we're American people. Xavier even knows that. We're all American. And our whole premise of life is to achieve. It's a capitalistic way. It's our way. It's our way. It's to achieve and to make wrong right. That's what we do. But with this recession, what we're going to do is going to compound on top of us. It's going to compound the ability for us not to be able to work from layoff or from a loss of job completely to a need to recover. And if it's going to be a recovery, it's going to be a slow recovery, because with recession in full bloom, there's not going to be much chance for an advancement, as we know advancements come. So there we go. We're going to start looking for ways to help strengthen our economy. So maybe we'll go play a little lottery number. Maybe we'll take on an extra job. Maybe we'll let our kids do some work, rake some grass, or maybe even shovel some snow. But either one of these things that wouldn't have normally have happened will be taking place. So the rise in our growth will be affected immensely. And now we're going to talk about inflation, because with recession comes inflation. So where your car note or your house note is going to be ballooned because of inflation, your money will be worth less. So now we're really walking into the pains of unemployment, because once this happens, here comes the pain. You lose your job. So see, this is what the effect is. And this is the effect of recession. And these are some of the things that we should really, really be looking out for, because they're going to affect us. So the results of inflation and recession is self-defensive. We get into that self-defensive mode where we question everything around us now. We question something we were going to do naturally. Now we question it. We never questioned what we were going to do with our children, but now we're questioning it. And even the kids want to know, Mom, what's wrong? Dad, what's wrong? That's the slow grip of inflation that comes down on our heads. We need to watch out for that. It's destructive. It leads to terrible, terrible anxieties that in our community leads to argument, misunderstanding, a wide range of situations that only result from the pain of unemployment and inflation and loss of money in our budgets. So we already know these things. We've gone through this before, but it seems like every time we go through it, we relearn it again. When that effect has gone and that good time come, we forget about the bad. So now here we going back into the bad situation again, but we got a new group of people that's 18 that just came into this thing. So what's going to happen with them? Well, it's real easy. They're going to start being depressed. And they're going to show that depression in ways that are not constructive. So what do? We understand that there are herbs out here. And I don't just mean herbs. I mean, with that, I mean the love that comes along with providing someone with something that you know can help them and put a smile on their face because it tastes so good. And I think that's what we miss in life. Those simple things of sitting with the family and licking our lips and laughing, even in the midst of the worst recession we ever had. You know, as a group, we've gone through depression. And that situation was terrible, especially on the minority people. That was so long ago. Now we're at the cuffs of another type of depression, right? The rising price of materials and the lack of materials that are coming into the country as they should be. And all that has to do with recession. So what we're doing is following the science has says, well, what we're going to do is we're going to start curbing some of the emotional anxieties that are going on in our community, because we know that there's a storm ahead. We know that up in front of us is going to be a situation that most people aren't going to be able to get their hands on, because they're not going to know it's happening until it happens to them. That's the serious part of this, is what comes along after. So we asked a couple questions. Someone sent to me some questions. Mr. Lucky, what is recession? So I just described what recession is. Well, how does it affect our families? Well, it affects the attitudes of our people in charge in the family. And it also affects the attitudes of the people who are taking the commands from the older people in the family. It turns into an anxiety, a serious depression, a feeling of abandonment. What we once had, I can't have anymore. You're taking it from me. I'm going to do something. I'm going to commit something or another. Maybe not just to someone, but maybe to myself. And that's the part of this recession that's really got me looking all around every day. I come outside, and I really hope that you do too. I challenge you to come outside and look around and feel the effects of a recession. Just step out your door and open your eyes and just look around you, and you'll see this creeping thing that's creeping around your house is coming towards you. So what will we be doing? The government, what would they do? You ask yourself, what can the government save us? Well, what can the government do? Can it save us from recession? Well, the answer to that is no, it can't. Our government is fighting off so many different attacks that recession is only a part of the giving away and the spending of so much money from the government. So recession is a natural thing. Recession follows inflation. But what we're doing now is a different type of recession because we're at war. Some countries are at war and America's participating in it. That makes the effect of recession on us worse than it ever could be at a time of war. So what happens? The government can't help us. We have to help ourselves. And we can only help ourselves if we have a clear mind. We have to have a clear mind, and we have to feel good. We have to feel strong, and we have to be willing to help and to share. That can only come through what we eat. We have to get involved with the healthy nutrition. Back in the days of the Depression, there was so many people that took it upon themselves to have cook pots where people could eat, which gave them an opportunity to put some things together and maybe even work. So we're going to have to even get into that too, because the government definitely is going to start doing what? They're going to start cutting programs. That's the number one effective of recession, is to start backing up and backing up and backing up. That backup of cutting programs, the things that we take for granted, things that we've earned, they're going to take those from us. You'll start seeing it one at a time. How does that affect our families? Well, we need to sit down with our families now and talk to them and discuss to them what's going to happen. What's the worst case scenario going forward into 2023? Our worst case scenario is not being prepared. Following the Signs is starting this lavender project of mine, which is going to put an effect on the emotional depression in communities that are deprived, the ones that's going to be affected most by this recession that's going to happen next year. Following the Signs can see further than us waiting on the government to do something to help. Mother Earth is here, and she's vibrant, and she's always been willing to aid us once we ask her or we get the knowledge and reduce the fear of stepping into something that is just so natural. We walk on it, and things we walk on, we take for granted. And gratitude means everything. We haven't showed gratitude to the earth, to what this earth can give us in a while. We've been using, and it's okay to use, but that doesn't show gratitude. I think with Following the Signs, with the Lavender Project, it's giving gratitude. It's giving gratitude to this great earth that God has put on this and put us on. And with that gratitude comes care, with compassion, nurturing, growing, rising, improving. All of these things come along with that. And this is the only way to get by this recession. So in our families, this is what we need to be telling them, is that that's the advancements that we're going to have to make. We're going to have to get closer to Mother Earth. We're going to have to get closer to the soil. We're going to have to be friends with the land. And so that's what Following the Signs sees. And that's what we're doing. We're getting involved now with this lavender project of mine, and we're going to take it to the level of getting the right amount of herbs in the hands of the people who need it most. And this starts in the spring. So we ask anyone who would like to donate anything to that, any type of anything. Everything helps. You can give us a call, 216-924-8834, and let us know what you can do to help us, to help with that idea. That's going to be coming up real soon. So what I'd like to get off into now is just another talking point when it comes to this, because what herbs is going to, what herbs will do with depression is it will defeat it. And that's what's happening. We need to defeat it. So let's get a list of some of the herbs that we're talking about. We're talking about saffron, very important. St. John's wort, lavender again, hibiscus, chamomile, flower passion, kava. So all of these things are going to cut down on some of the bad eating that we've been doing. because in the midst of what we have been going through, we have gotten a weight obesity kind of situation going on. And I believe that in this recession, we can curve all of those things. So I've had fun talking to you today, and Xavier's there. She's had fun with you too. And we love being here. We love talking to you, and I appreciate your time and your consideration. So let me go in closing as to say that we need to remember that the success of our community hinges on winning and losing. We tend to believe that our community makes us better people and happier, but we're learning every day that that is not the role of the community. But we are learning that we make ourselves better, and the community benefits from this. We can't fall into the trap that winning is all that matters. For the sake of our community, this can't be true. Winning only gives us a sign that on that given day, under those certain circumstances, you did exceptionally well. So don't think that winning is all that matters or is an everyday occurrence, because every day is a learning experience. So Mr. Lucky is signing off here from the Beautiful Blot Podcast Network. I look forward to seeing you again in a couple of weeks. I will be bringing you another topic, hopefully more interesting and more educational. So with that, I ask you to check out Lucky's Charms. Following the Signs. If you need more information, call me again. I say 216-924-8834. We're located right here in Cleveland, Ohio, and I'm interested in anyone who feels that they can sit on this show and give us some more insight. We need all of us to be all together, because working together as one is the only way things happen. And so I would love to get feedback. So I look forward to talking to you again. This is Mr. Lucky. Thank you.